So we've taken everything we've learned from Quest 2 and designed an all-new headset to do just that. This is Meta Quest Pro.
Welcome back, and today we're going to talk about what Meta announced at their Meta Connect event and what that means for the stock, the company, and their competitors. So let's get right into it. First, let's start out with what major games Meta announced. Two of the games that were most prominent were a new Iron Man game, where you can step into one of your favorite superheroes and explore whatever story they have for you there. Another game that they emphasized was an Among Us game, where you can play first-person Among Us with your friends and wander around the spaceship and anything else you'd want to do in first person. They also talked about many other games that are on the way and in production right now. Meta also made a huge emphasis on how much money their game developers have been making, stating that some games made over 1 to 2 million in the first day upon release. While on the topic of third parties making money, they mentioned that Netflix would be selling their clothes within the Metaverse. And this is just the beginning of the Metaverse economy, where you have brands like Netflix and Nike and any other clothing or goods brand you can imagine being inside of the Metaverse. And you can pay $2, $3 for a new Nike shirt in the Metaverse. This not only provides a high margin business for clothing and high brand value companies, but also provides Meta with the enhanced ability to track your interaction with your items in the Metaverse. Now, to explain that a little further, let's take two examples. In the first example, you're buying a shirt on Instagram. And in the second example, you're buying a shirt in the Metaverse. In the first scenario, Meta only has data about your interactions on Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp. And when they market, say, a shirt to you and you decide to buy it, that is when your relationship ends with Meta and they no longer can collect data about how you interacted with that item. But in the second scenario, when you buy a shirt for your avatar in the Metaverse, that is just the beginning of the data they are able to collect and use to market better advertisements to you. Now, this extra data will see how often you wear it, what external factors entice you or deter you from wearing that item. Now, Meta also introduced some hardware. The most anticipated part of this event was surely the new Meta Quest Pro headset. Now, this headset came with a cool, sleeker new design, as well as controllers with new features like a stylus. Now, I won't deep dive into the specs of the headset because there are other channels that will do that far better. But its lenses are significantly thinner while still offering 75% more contrast. Meta chose to go fairly premium with the price of the headset, which comes in around $1,500. With the new hardware, they are also able to track lower body movements, allowing your whole body to be in the Metaverse, as well as being able to use your knees in certain interactive games. They also announced a new way to make avatars, where you can scan your face with your phone, and they use AI and other techniques to create a photorealistic avatar to use in the Metaverse. They also talked about what business interactions will look like in the Metaverse. And to display this, they announced their partnerships with Microsoft and Accenture, with their respective CEOs coming on and talking about the new products. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella came on to talk about how Microsoft's Office products, as well as their team business apps, will be on the Meta platform. They showed some really interesting graphics about what that will look like within the Metaverse and how they will blend the two platforms together. He also mentioned that in order to ensure security similar to that of Windows and PC products, they will have Azure Active Directory and Microsoft Intune in order to support and enable businesses to maintain their device and network security. During Meta Connect, Meta also talked about what products may be coming in the future, and they announced that their partnership with Ray-Ban is only getting deeper, introducing new styles and new features in the future. But I expect Meta to come out with their own pair of glasses eventually, outside of their partnerships with Ray-Ban. We were also introduced to a new neural interface wristband that allows even the smallest movements to be tracked and enables you to interact with a VR or AR system to respond to messages or even play games. This will no doubt play a big role in the future of AR glasses and VR products. As if I'm headed out, I don't want to take around these big bulky controllers. I'd rather just have a little wristband on that I can interact with it just with the movements in my hand. Zuckerberg ended his keynote with shots at Apple and Android, saying that closed-off ecosystems often benefit the platforms far more than the developers and the creators who create on top of it. He said that he sees Meta as one piece of the puzzle to the overall metaverse, and that he hopes that there's many entrants and many companies and developers who take part in this platform. With him outright saying that Apple and Android do not do things this way, It'll be interesting to see what products Google and Apple come out with, and if they have competing AR and VR products. I thought this was a promising introduction to the future of the metaverse, with good features and a lot of interesting partnerships. But I am not sure how this headset will sell at this premium price point. It will depend a lot upon businesses adopting this technology, more so than consumers, I believe. But if they are successful with building this platform that creators and developers like Marvel and other big game studios want to be a part of, then I think they will have no problem attracting customers. And I look forward to seeing how the headset sells and if any companies get on board with the membership and subscription product, as well as using the Microsoft Teams on the headset. I do think with Meta stock being at $130 per share, if they can really leverage this technology and build great platforms and attract developers and creators, this is a very attractive price to get in at. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. Everyone has different risk tolerances and requirements for their portfolio, but simply just my opinions on what they announced today. Now, thanks for tuning in and watching today's video. If you have any comments, leave them down below, and please feel free to subscribe if you like today's content. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.